Greetings, I am Rob Chappers, and today it is my absolute utmost pleasure to introduce to you three exotic scales. Well, I'm hoping they're exotic. Two of them definitely will be, and one of them might be if you've never tried using this scale before. I thought I'd break out my awesome Music Man Armada. I want to say a big thank you to the guys at Music Man for letting me hand pick the timbers, alter the design, and then make me this really, really sick Music Man guitar. They are a great bunch of guys. So, three exotic scales, each one really different. One of them I kind of made up, but I really like it. And then one of them that's a little bit more mainstay. Scale shape number one is a scale that I'm calling the Lydian Pentatonic. I kind of gleaned it from Marty Friedman, who is a master axe smith. If you've not heard of Marty Friedman, go and chickadee check him out. It looks and sounds like this. It's a great scale, and you can also blend it with your pentatonic minor stuff and get some really outside of the box sounding stuff. Let's start with the first note, which is a C, and this is on the 11, 10, 9, 8th fret. We're going 8, 12. It's a bit of a stretch, but you can definitely manage it. We're going to go 9, 10, and it's this flatted 5th, sharp 4th that's really giving it the Lydian quality. Down to a flat 7, and then the octave. And this repeats, so. So from the octave, we're going to go first finger up here on the 9th fret G string, 11th fret G string, 8th fret B string, 12th fret B string, and then the same shape on the E string. So coming back, it would look like this. It's such a cool scale shape, and what I want you to try and experiment with is playing your normal pentatonic licks in the confines of this scale shape. So where you would normally go, well, now you can go, and where you would normally go, well, now you can go. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? That's scale shape number one. Scale shape number two is one that I've kind of created. You can't really create a scale. I suppose I discovered it. It's a mixture of a Japanese scale and an Egyptian scale that I learned from the Discovery Channel, so it must be real. Aliens. It looks like this. And it's such an interesting blend of intervallics and sounds and modes. It's really out of this planet, and I love the fact that a lot of it is the same pattern, the same shape. Making chords from this scale is really interesting. Taking random notes and creating chords from it gives you some really, really cool and interesting sounds. So let's learn it together. We're starting here on the 11, 10, 9th fret. I'm going to go 9, 10. Bring the first finger down, 11th fret, little finger to the 12th, slide the first finger up to the 11th fret D, and this is where we begin the ladder climbing. So we're going to go 11, 12, back a fret, down a string, same thing, back a fret, down a string, same thing, and again. You see that? It's really nice and pleasing because it's kind of symmetrical. And you can play almost the whole thing with just the first two fingers. It's a great sounding scale, so experiment by creating chords from within it. See what I mean? Just take random notes, and see what you can glean from it. Scale number 3 is a scale that you really need to experiment with if you're a neoclassical fan. And this is the Harmonic Minor. I'm going to give you a kind of an easy, quick shape that just uses 3 fingers. So we're going to go 7. We're then going to go 9. We're then going to go 10. And exactly the same thing on the string below. And then we want this nice 7th note here on the D string. And that's the intervallic that's really making the difference in this scale. Slide it forward 1 fret, and you can repeat the pattern again. So it's got an interesting symmetry to it physically. Intervallically, it's giving you harmonic minor. Creatively, it's giving me B.A. Baracus in the A-team just before the milk. So. And you can even go, if you want to be really, really dramatic. Let's try these scale shapes again, one at a time, and see if you've been able to memorize them. Number 1, Lydian Pentatonic. Number 2, which I'm calling the Japyptian scale because it's a blend of Japanese and Egyptian tones. And number 3, the Harmonic Minor 3-octave scale. Lastly, but by no means of the leastness, I want to show you another cool thing that you can do. So here is a standard minor pentatonic scale. When you play it, we often just play the notes. But when we play it musically, we move the notes to be closer to major intervallic tone. So for example, you would tend to go hear what I mean? You would never normally play that note flat, just let it hang. It doesn't sound bluesy. So you can practice as in major the minor intervallics. So try experimenting with that. It'll change your life radically from just playing. That kind of stuff. Just pre-bend and release as you're playing the scale, and things are a little bit different. I hope that's been useful for you and in any way a positive force in your life, like this guitar is currently for me. Have a tremendous day. Chappers out.